Hey everyone, Teo here. Today I'm reviewing Paperlike version 3. Paperlike is a very popular brand of matte screen protectors made for various models of iPads. First of all, disclaimer, this is a review sample provided by the company, and in this video I'll just present to you my findings so that you can decide whether this is worth the money. And this is expensive. This is $50 for 2 pieces. 5 years ago, the price was $40 and I made a video asking whether they are overpriced. So in this video, I'm going to ask the same question. The first thing you should know is if you do a search for iPad matte screen protectors on Amazon, you can actually find prices from $10 all the way up to $50. And this is $50 regardless of the size of the iPad, whether it's iPad mini or 13-inch iPad Pro. The noise you're hearing in the background is heavy rain and it's pouring outside right now. So there are more affordable options available if you actually search online. And in this video, I will also want to compare Paperlike with the Nano Texture iPad Pro just to see the difference in quality. Alright, let's open this and see what's included. On their website, they actually mention 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So if you don't like this, you can actually ask for a refund. I've got to say that the packaging is really nice. I mean, for $50 you have to go above and beyond what other companies are selling. We have a sticker here, 2 matte screen protectors, one on top of the other, a postcard with a note behind from the founder of Paperlike. There's a QR code here and here that you can scan to watch the installation video. There are 2 wet wipes here and this tool to help you remove air bubbles. I have just watched the installation video and it's really well made and the instructions are clear. And now I will try installing it myself. I have my iPad mini on my mouse pad to prevent the tablet from wobbling too much. So let's open the wet wipes. You can tear from the purple section here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are many fingerprint smudges and dust on my iPad mini. So let me just wipe this clean. This is an alcohol wipe and it's really wet. Next, you can use the helper tool to dry the display. This is the alignment side and this is the drying side, and this feels like cloth. I can actually see some streak marks from the alcohol wipes. And let me just pull down in this direction. The bottom edge here is also cloth, so you can remove the dust more easily by pulling it like this. And now I'm going to place the matte screen protector on top. And that's the camera cutout. Make sure it's aligned to the camera. And I'm going to use the helper tool to align the matte screen protector to the display. So just press down with some pressure and try to get the alignment to fit perfectly. Now that this is aligned, I'm supposed to pull this 1L tab, which will pull the bottom. So let me just press this down. Next, I'm supposed to use the little hook here to hook 1R and pull this from underneath the matte screen protector. And next, I should pull 2R. And now we remove 2L. I see many bubbles, so according to the video, you should use the big bubble to collect the small bubbles and then push the big bubble out with this helper tool. I think I managed to remove all the bubbles. And next we remove the last 2 tabs, 3R and 3L. My installation is not perfect. There is a dust particle here and I shall just leave it as it is. And this is how the Paperlike matte screen protector looks. And you can see that the reflections are not diffused completely. The reflections are still quite sharp. And the surface texture is quite smooth, but there is definitely texture. Let's talk about the quality of this screen protector. I don't think it affects color quality that much, and the display still looks bright. Now this matte screen protector is definitely on the more reflective side. It doesn't diffuse the reflection to an extent that the whole matte screen protector is just white and glaring. So this is actually not too bad. It provides some anti-glare, but it's not too glaring. And the colors still look really vibrant. This is black. Let's see if I can actually see my face. And yes, I can actually see my face. I'm not sure if the camera can capture it, but when I'm looking at the display, I can see my face reflected off the screen protector. But it's not too bad. And here's a side-by-side comparison of the matte screen protector versus nano texture glass on the M4 iPad Pro. So here you can see the reflection. And if you don't have any light source on the display, it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't affect the visual quality of the display as much. And on the nano glass, this is actually really impressive. There isn't even diffuse reflection. Yeah, and the light source is actually quite big, so this matte glass surface looks really nice. And this is the XP Pen Magic Drawing Pad, also with a matte glass surface. All matte textured screen protectors will add some grain, color noise, or anti-glare sparkle, and there is some anti-glare sparkle or color noise with this screen protector, but the color noise is very fine and it's not that obvious, so the image quality of the display isn't affected as much. One thing I like about matte screen protectors is they are quite resistant to fingerprint smudges, and even if there are fingerprint smudges, they are easier to clean compared to glossy displays. When drawing on this matte screen protector, there is this tactile experience. It's not that rough. I'm not sure if I should say it's like paper or paper-like, but the experience is definitely much better compared to drawing on glossy glass. There is some texture when the pen tip is gliding on the surface, so you get a bit more control over the pen. It feels a bit more natural when drawing on a textured surface compared to on a glossy surface. So that is one big selling point for using a matte screen protector. Actual paper still has more texture. And this is how the matte screen protector sounds. And this is how paper sounds. And this is how nano glass sounds. Even though I no longer use matte screen protectors, I must say that the drawing experience here is actually quite good. The pen performance is not affected at all, which is to say that the straight lines are still straight, pressure sensitivity works well, palm rejection works well, and tilt still works well. So pen performance is fantastic. If you are wondering whether this matte screen protector is too reflective or if the reflections are going to be an issue, probably not. I actually prefer this over matte screen protectors that would diffuse light to the extent where the whole screen protector becomes bright and glaring. And that's one of the main reasons why I no longer use matte screen protectors. It's because those diffuse reflections can be too bright. I like urban sketching, so I use my tablet outdoors for sketching quite often, and sometimes I'm sketching under the sky, whether it's cloudy or sunny. The matte screen protector that I used to use would diffuse the light to the extent where everything is just too bright. And many iPad displays are actually not bright enough to go through the diffuse reflections. So it makes it really difficult to draw or use the iPad when there is a lot of diffuse reflection. So this is actually quite good, very good compared to other matte screen protectors that I have used. And I do prefer the reflective ones over the more textured ones because the more reflective ones do not have as much glare. Alright, to conclude, Paperlike version 3 is actually quite good. It is better than I expected. It is of course still expensive, and it's even more expensive compared to it was 5 years ago. So whether this is worth the money, well, you guys can decide. As for me, I usually will remove the matte screen protector after my review, but for this one, I think I am going to keep it on my tablet.